The Encounter, Episode 1, The Peak of Defiance. Footsteps running through the woods. Heavy breathing, electronic beeping.
Turn 45 degrees to the left. Walk 20 feet.
Footsteps running, electronic beeping.
Turn 45 degrees to the left. Walk 15 feet.
Footsteps running, electronic beeping.
Turn 90 degrees to the left. Walk 25 feet.
What? Oh, stupid thing. We get 5 minutes past the recycling towers, and all you can do is lead me in triangles.
Recalculating.
Shut up, Mr. V.
Command not recognized.
Silent mode on.
Electronic beeping.
If your wrist strap wasn't such a pain to unlatch, I'd take you off and throw you up against that tree. Man, it is so dark out here without the glow of lamps. Flashlight on.
Electronic beeping.
Yeah, not in my face. The ground.
Electronic beeping.
Thank you. With all the technology the scholar puts out, you'd think he could at least design a decent flashlight feature. Picasso! Picasso!
Silence. Then a faint sound of a violin.
Gotcha.
Footsteps. The sound of the violin grows louder as violin approaches.
Picasso?
Violin continues.
Picasso! Picasso, step away from the cliff! Picasso, wake up! Wake up!
Oh. Violet, what are you doing out here? What am I doing out here?
Just take a few steps back. Step away from the cliff.
Oh.
Just step back. There you go. Come on, sit down. This rock right here. There you go. Nice and easy.
Thank you.
You almost sent me into cardiac arrest.
Heart rate 120 beats per minute.
Thank you, Mr. V.
Electronic beeping.
Sleepwalking again, Picasso? This is the 3rd time this month.
I wasn't asleep.
Oh, you intentionally came out here at 2 a.m. so you could play your violin off a cliff?
No, I wasn't playing. I was listening. I can't remember what I heard.
You were playing something when I walked up.
Really? What was I playing?
I can play it for you. It was really pretty. Here.
Violin melody.
That's it. That's just what I heard.
Did you write this in your sleep?
I didn't write it. I heard it. It was coming from there. There was a light across the mist, on the other side of the valley. A brilliant speck of light.
You mean on the mountain where the Neanderthals live?
No, it was on the other end of the valley, on a third mountain.
Picasso, there is no third mountain. There's just us and the peak full of Neanderthals. Everything below this elevation got killed off by the mist a long time ago. You probably just saw a campfire on the second mountain and got confused.
It wasn't a fire, it was a light, and there was a beautiful melody emanating from it. I heard the song from my bed and followed it out here. For a moment the mist parted and I could see a third mountain in the distance with a light coming from it. It was different from any light I've ever seen.
Picasso, look at me. You were dreaming. There is no third mountain. And even if there was some kind of light over there, which is impossible, there's no way you could have heard a song coming from dozens of miles away. Maybe it's your sleep medication.
I haven't been taking my sleeping medication.
Okay, well that explains it. Maybe you should start. And I'm going to sleep by the floor for the next couple of weeks, so you don't walk out of here and kill yourself, okay?
Okay, Violet.
You need to start taking care of yourself, old man. You're all I've got, you know. Think about that.
I do, every day. I'm sorry I scared you, Violet. I was so sure. Listen to me, I'm a crazy old man. I'll get myself locked up one of these days.
You better not, or I'll have no trainer. Then all your exciting philosophy lectures will go to waste. Now come on, let's get out of here. They say it's not safe to come within 100 yards of the perimeter this close to fog day. Look down there, see? The mist has already risen past the first marker.
46 hours and 48 minutes remaining until fog day. Current toxin level 3.2% and rising. Fog masks are advisable at 25%.
Mr. V, what does silent mode mean to you?
Software update required.
Of course. Come on, Picasso. Let's go home and get some sleep.
Scene 2. Automatic door opening. Welcome to Picasso's caffeine shop.
Morning, Violet. I'll take a double shot electrode twist.
I'm sorry, sir. Do I know you?
Are you serious? Violet, I come in here every day. What's a guy gotta do to get you to remember his name?
Oh, Silas! I'm so sorry. I completely didn't recognize you.
Right, huh? A likely story. Pardon me while I go sit in the corner and cry.
No, really, your face looks completely different.
Oh, a buddy of mine did some new skin designs for me last night. What do you think?
I thought you got permanent designs last week.
As the scholar says, nothing is permanent. We must keep our minds malleable and receptive to new truths, or we will gouge out our eyes and offer our bodies as slaves to the past.
I swear, you know more scholar quotes than the digital library.
He's a genius. I plan on training under him one day.
And how are you going to accomplish that?
Don't you worry your pretty little head about that. I always find a way. Now, I want you to stop avoiding the question and give me your honest opinion on these tattoos. I was going for more of a angular look this time. What do you think? Be honest.
They're very angular?
Great.
I'll get your electric twist.
No mercy. She's ruthless.
Automatic door opening. Welcome to Picasso's Caffeine Shop.
Hurry up, children. Magnet, come on. Good morning. I'd like to order 2 of...
Trainer, that lady has blue hair. Can I have blue hair?
I want blue hair too.
Don't copy me. The trainer says to make something original. Don't copy. Trainer, didn't you say not to copy?
Yes, Mercury.
See?
I wasn't copying you. My blue is a different color from your blue. Look, Mr. V, activate my coloring pad.
I'll just take 2 injections, please.
I'm sorry, ma'am. We don't offer caffeine shots.
What?
We don't believe that caffeine injections are healthy for the citizens of Defiance, so we don't offer them. We only sell caffeine in liquid form. We have a wide variety of flavors, hot or cold or...
I think I can decide for myself what I consider to be healthy for me, thank you.
No, yes, ma'am.
This establishment doesn't seem to be very open to customers with differing views on health issues.
Our shop is open to everyone, ma'am, and you are free to hold whatever opinion you like. But so are we.
It's one thing to have an opinion. It's quite another to force your convictions on someone else by failing to provide services. This is the only caffeine shop in this part of town. Where am I supposed to get my caffeine injections?
I don't know, ma'am.
Look, Mercury, this is the blue I want.
That's not blue, that's green.
Well, it's blue for me.
It's green.
I say it's blue.
Quiet! You're being a disruptive.
Trainer, Magnet is saying this is green, but it's blue. I think he's stupid, like the orphans. You probably breathed in the mist when you were a baby, and now you're losing all your brain cells.
I am not.
Mercury, Magnet didn't breathe in the mist. His IQ is just as high as yours. That's why he's being trained. He just has a different opinion. This is a good lesson in tolerance, children. Magnet calls this color blue. That's true for him. Mercury calls this color green. That's true for her. It's okay for different people to have different truths. That's how we all get along. You're just not allowed to force your opinion on someone else.
What if I don't want to get along?
You know the answer. What do we do in Defiance when we can't get along?
Put it to a vote?
That's right. Take out your training, Mr. V's. Do you remember what Mr. V stands for?
Majority Ruling Voter Interface.
That's right. Mr. V, set up a training vote between Mercury, Magnet, and I. Question, is this color blue or green? Do you see it on your screen?
Yes.
Now we'll all vote.
Electronic beeping.
Mr. V, what's the majority ruling?
That you will.
Oh, I'm sorry. I just lost the...
Majority ruling. The color is green.
What?
Ha ha! Nice green hair, lady.
Thanks.
But I don't want to call it green.
You have to, until there's another vote. We have no rules on the Peak of Defiance except one. In the event of a conflict, we follow the majority ruling. You know that. I'll let you keep calling it blue today because this was just training. But when you're old enough to vote on real issues of Defiance, you can't go against the majority ruling or the majority enforcement officers will take you away. That's how we all get along. Understand?
Yes, trainer.
Can I offer you some free samples of our liquid caffeine flavors, ma'am?
No, thank you. I'll be taking my business elsewhere.
Footsteps walking away.
You might want to tell your manager to be a little more open-minded. Word might get around that your business is intolerant. You might find your shop's policies put to a vote.
Automatic door opens and closes. Thank you for choosing Picasso's. Have a great day.
Well, somebody had their interface strapped on too tight.
Yeah.
Cute kids, though. Learning the ways of society. Makes me think of my early training days.
I'll get you your drink.
Drink machines running.
Are you okay?
Yeah, it's just... I don't know.
What's the matter?
Doesn't that bother you at all?
What?
What color is my hair?
Is that a trick question?
No. It's not a trick question. That's the point. What color is it?
Well, I would personally say blue, but you can call it whatever you want.
You're right. I can call it whatever I want. But isn't it actually only one color? And shouldn't we be trying to figure out what color it is?
Well, that's why we have the vote, so we can all agree.
Is agreeing better than knowing the truth?
What are you talking about? Agreement is how we create truth. At least that's what the scholar says. Didn't you learn that in your training?
My training was a little different.
What do you mean?
Nothing. Here's your electrode. Thanks for stopping by, Stylus. We're closing down the shop for the afternoon. Have to do some repairs on the machines. I'll see you around.
All right. Later?
Scene 3. Violet coming upstairs.
Picasso, where are you?
Up here, Violet.
Wow. Painting today, I see. And you forgot to lay down a drop cloth?
I'll clean it up later.
Don't worry, I'll get it. You know, we really should organize this room. It's getting to be so you can barely walk. There's so much stuff. Can I see what you're working on?
Not yet. I'm almost finished. Just let me put the finishing strokes here.
Electronic beeping.
Citizens of Defiance, turn your attention to the latest conflict on your majority ruling voter interface. Immediate action is required. Votes will be tallied in the next few minutes, followed by a verdict announcement. Begin voting now. Remember, the voice of the individual makes the will of the majority.
Mr. V, silent mode.
Is your interface still acting up?
Yeah, I took it into the Majority Enforcement Department before I opened the shop this morning to see if they could fix it. They said when you first get one, it takes a few days for the device to recognize your voice patterns. I'm supposed to try it out for another week.
That sounds wise. What's the vote on today?
It looks like someone robbed one of the miners' guilds. They found this morning that their storehouse security was hacked. Someone made off with a large amount of metal. It was apparently stolen by a guild of sculptors who want to make an artificial waterfall in the market square for public use. The vote is on whether the metal should be returned to the miners, or if the sculptors can keep the stolen goods to use for the betterment of the city. Both guilds are being held by the Majority Enforcement Department until a verdict is reached.
Miners. I wonder if that's Gradient's guild.
Who?
An old friend of mine, Gradient. He's a member of the mining community. Maybe I should reach out to him.
What are you going to vote for?
I'm not voting.
Again? Don't you think the MEDs will get suspicious if you fail to vote multiple times in a row?
The Majority Enforcement Department doesn't care about the vote of an old caffeine shop owner, but they might care if enough people refuse to vote.
What do you mean?
You'll hear about it at our guild meeting tomorrow. All right, I'm finished. You want to take a look?
Wow.
What do you think?
It's gorgeous. A masterpiece.
It's the light I saw last night on the third mountain.
In your dream?
I can't get that song out of my head. Will you play it tomorrow night at the guild meeting?
Why?
I want to share it with the group.
Don't you want to play it?
The student has far surpassed the teacher.
Sure. It'd be an honor.
Electronic beeping.
5 minutes remaining in the voting period. Please vote now.
You know, the more I look at it, the shading in this area isn't quite right.
You better fix it now, or you'll be bothered all day tomorrow. Hey, where did you put the cleaning solution?
That's a good question. Try checking the pockets of my other apron.
Where's your other apron?
It's somewhere in this room.
I'll start digging.
Violet rummaging through art supplies.
You reach voting age in a few weeks, don't you? Violet, how does it feel?
I haven't thought that much about it. I'm just so relieved to be done with this stupid qualifying aptitude test. I kept having nightmares where the guy would hand me the test and all the questions were in another language. Or the clock would start ticking faster and faster until I was racing and the timer would go off before I finished. I was pretty convinced I would fail.
Well, it looks like you did just fine.
The dream always ended up with you holding my score in your hand, just staring at it. Then you would shake your head and turn your back on me. I would call your name and run after you, but you'd close the door behind you and I'd start free-falling into the dark. Wake up in a puddle of sweat.
Why didn't you tell me you were having bad dreams?
I don't know. It was just a dream. It doesn't mean anything.
Sometimes dreams can be very revealing. Do you really think that I would do that to you, turn you away because you failed?
Lots of trainers do it, Picasso. If you don't have a voter interface strapped to your wrist, everyone knows you failed your test. Trainers don't want to be represented by stupid students who can't contribute to society.
You aren't stupid, Violet.
That's not what they said.
Who?
Everyone. Why do you think nobody else selected me for training? You saw my IQ score. Before you, not even the recycling department wanted me. I was the oldest kid in the trainer system, but at least 3 years. There were toddlers getting selected over me because of that stupid score. I just got so nervous every time I tried to take the test, and I could always hear the trainers whispering about how unfortunate my situation was. Even now, every time I look at my interface, I think there must have been some kind of fluke. Like maybe they mixed up my test with someone else's, and that's why I passed. I don't know. I'm just so glad that it's over.
Violet, come here.
What?
Take off your interface. Hand it to me. Thank you.
Whoa, what are you doing?
She unlatches the interface and hands it to her.
Thank you.
Whoa, what are you doing?
Crash.
Since when do we throw things?
Don't ever think that your value to me is based on how smart you are, or whether you have a piece of junk strapped to your wrist. Understand?
Yes, sir.
You are much more than that. That's the truth. I'm sorry I got angry.
It's okay.
I just don't ever want you to think that way.
I understand, and I know.
No, you don't. You don't know. But I'll keep on telling you until you do.
Muffled electronic beeping.
The voting period has ended. Calculating verdict.
You might want to make sure your interface is still intact.
Yeah, they're supposed to be indestructible, but you threw it pretty hard.
I don't have quite as good of an arm as I used to have. I think I might have pulled something.
Here it is. Still working. Still not on silent mode. And hey, here's your other apron. And the cleaning solution.
I knew it was in there.
Bravo.
Electronic beeping.
The City of Defiance has spoken, and a majority decision reached. Please see verdict.
What's it say?
You've got to be kidding me.
What?
The sculptors get to keep what they stole. The miners lost everything.
How do you feel about that?
That's so messed up. What are the miners supposed to do now?
That's what we'll be discussing at the guild meeting tomorrow. Thank you for cleaning up the paint, Violet. I'm going across the peak to the mining district to see if I can find Gradient. I'll be back.
Scene 4.
Here you go, sir. Enjoy.
Thank you.
Caffeine shop door opens and closes. Footsteps exiting, then entering. Welcome to Picasso's Caffeine Shop.
Hey, Silas.
Hey, Ultraviolet.
What?
Why don't people ever call you by your full name? Ultraviolet is an awesome name.
Violet is just easier. How did you know my full name?
If my name was Ultra Stylus, I would have people call me Ultra Stylus. Would you feel weird if I had my name legally changed to that?
Probably.
Oh, come on now.
You're so weird. I see you got rid of your face tattoos.
They weren't too popular with my fans. I'm getting new ones tonight.
Really? I think your face looks pretty good, just normal.
You think?
Yeah, I like a natural face. I mean, I'm all about tattoos. I have a few myself, but... Whoa. Why is your hair changing colors?
Oh, it's chameleon dye. The color changes based on your body temperature. It correlates to what you're feeling.
What does it mean if it changes from green to red?
Green means I'm in an okay mood. Red means I'm in a really, really good mood.
Oh. Well... Anyway, what can I do for you today?
Nothing.
Nothing?
Yeah, I got my caffeine fix at the monorail station.
Oh. So, what are you here for?
Just to say hi.
Hi?
I mean, we're friends,
Oh.
right?
Right. I mean, yeah, right, of course, we can be friends.
Cool.
I don't normally have a lot of those.
Well, you've got one now.
Cool. Thanks. You sure you don't want anything?
Sure, go ahead and make me something.
Alright, cool. I'll make you a special. It's on the house.
Thanks.
No problem.
Electronic beeping.
Citizens of Defiance, please turn your attention to the latest conflict in your majority-rooted
Oh my
device.
gosh,
Immediate
please
action
stop!
is required.
What?
Votes will
My
be tallied
interface
in the next
refuses to
5
go
minutes,
silent
followed by a
mode.
verdict
Let me
announcement.
see it.
Begin voting now.
Electronic beeping.
Remember
Mr.
that-
V monologue stops.
How did you do that?
Silent mode isn't a voice command on the new interfaces. You have to hit the switch on the side. Now you'll just hear a beep when there's a new vote instead of the speech. It took me a while to figure that one out.
Oh, you have literally saved me from going insane.
No problem. What are friends for?
Let me get your drink. Can you read me the vote?
Sure. It looks like a continuation of yesterday's conflict. Last night the Miners Guild tried to steal their property back from the sculptors. There was an altercation. The sculptors killed 2 of the miners. That's when the MEDs showed up. They're detaining both groups in the stolen property until the majority decision is reached.
What did you vote yesterday?
My trainer always said it's better to not talk about your votes.
Oh, so I take it you weren't part of the majority.
Screw it. I trust you. No, I wasn't. I voted that the miners should keep their property.
Why?
I don't know. A public waterfall would be cool, but I would be pretty angry if somebody came in and stole my stuff.
How did you feel about the majority voted against them?
I don't know. It doesn't matter. The collective mind is wiser than the individual. A vote always leads to the best decision. That's what the scholar says. What happened is exactly what should have happened.
Are you sure about that?
Yeah,
So what are you going to vote now?
that the miners should get their metal back, and the sculptors should have to pay for hurting them.
Why?
I don't know. That's just what I think should happen. Gosh, yesterday you couldn't remember my name. Today you give me a free drink and you want my whole life story. I should have gotten rid of those tattoos a long time ago.
You might want to reconsider the hair, too.
Oh, ouch.
The voting period is almost over. You better hurry.
Oh, yeah? What about you?
I'm not old enough to vote for another few weeks.
I feel like you'll be good at it.
Electronic beeping.
Vote submitted. 15 seconds to spare. Booyah! What would you have voted for if you could?
I wouldn't vote.
What do you mean? Everyone votes.
My trainer doesn't.
Are you kidding me? Why not?
A lot of reasons.
Isn't participation required? Won't he get in trouble for that?
Maybe.
So why doesn't he vote then?
Do you really want to know?
Yes.
Electronic beeping.
What's it say?
Ha! Nailed it.
The miners?
They got their medal back. See? The majority always makes the best decision.
So did they make the best decision yesterday?
All right, I'm stumped. What's your point?
My point is, I want to invite you to something, but you have to promise me you'll keep it a secret, okay?
Okay, I promise.
It's a group, a very special group of people from all different parts of the city. Artists, inventors, miners, writers, scientists. All people who think a little differently, like my trainer, Picasso.
How do they think differently?
Come to the meeting tonight at 11 p.m. It's right here, underneath the shop. Picasso and I live upstairs, but there's a secret room in the basement where we meet. Come alone, and don't tell anyone.
Okay, I won't.
I have to start closing down the shop now to get ready. I'll see you later.
Yes, 11 p.m. I'll be there.
Great. And Stylus?
Yeah?
I've never invited anyone to this before. But you're the first person who's wanted to be my friend. So, thanks.
I'm honored, Ultravi. And excited. Super secret meeting. Woo! I'll put on some camouflage face art just for the occasion.
Ooh.
I'm just kidding. I'll see you later.
Thanks for choosing Picasso's. Have a great day.
Thanks for choosing Picasso's. Have a great day. Scene 4. Nighttime sounds. Door opens.
Welcome, Gradient. Good to see you.
Thank you, Picasso.
Quickly, drop your voter interface into this box. Everyone else is already assembled below. We've been waiting for you. I'll show you the stairs. They're hidden behind the...
Door opens.
I'm sorry, young man. The shop is closed.
I know. I'm here because of Violet. She invited me.
I'm sorry? I don't know...
Stylus! Hi! Picasso, this is my friend, Stylus. I invited him here tonight.
Excuse me. Violet, who is this?
He's a friend. He's been coming to the shop every day, and he seemed curious.
Why didn't you ask me first?
I'm sorry. It was a last-minute decision.
Last minute? Do you know anything about him, Violet? Do you know The ideas we discuss at these meetings are highly sensitive, and the people who attend them do so in confidence.
He's a friend. I trust him. We can trust him.
We'll talk about this later. Well, any friend of Violet's is a friend of mine. You're welcome to join us. Just know that you are not to speak about what you hear to anyone outside this room, nor are you to identify anyone you see here. Do you understand?
Yes, sir.
Good. Drop your voter interface into this box.
Okay. Why?
Every interface has a built-in tracking device. That's how the MEDs keep tabs on everyone. This box scrambles the signals and sends them all over the city. It's required to come into the meeting.
Gotcha.
He takes off his Mr. V and places it in the box.
All right, let's head downstairs and begin. Follow me.
The three of them walking downstairs, hushed chatter from the group beneath.
Welcome, friends. Picasso, is everyone here?
All are present and accounted for, plus one guest invited by my trainee, Violet. I personally vouch for him.
Welcome, young man. Any friend of Picasso's is a friend of ours. We look forward to hearing your story.
Thank you.
Friends, tonight we have a special guest who will be the focal point of our conversation. His name is Gradient. He is from the Miners Guild that was victimized yesterday. Picasso reached out to him and brought him here tonight to tell us his story. Gradient?
Thank you. As he said, it was my guild that came under attack. The stolen goods represented a month's wages for about 20 men. When the vote didn't go our way, our only choice was to steal the materials back. Or starve. In the altercation, 2 of our men were killed. 2 of my best friends. The MEDs put it to another vote, and we were reimbursed. But the materials should never have been taken in the first place. The vote took my men away. And no vote can bring them back. They're gone.
Thank you, Gradient. We are so sorry for your loss. As you all know, we are gathered here in pursuit of one thing, the absolute. Gradient is just one example of dozens we have seen over the last few years of the failures in our system. The public is fickle and changes its mind in less than a day. The result is pain and loss. We are united in a belief that a government system based on objective absolutes is necessary. We believe that there is a right and a wrong. We believe in justice.
Here, here. Do you get it now, Stylus?
Is he talking about trying to overturn the voting system?
In a few minutes, we will break off into groups to continue discussing ideas. But before we do so, Picasso, one of our members from the art community, has requested to share something with us. Picasso?
A few nights ago, I had a dream. I call it a dream because I don't have another word for it. I was asleep, yet not asleep. I heard the sound of a song, a beautiful melody that I've never heard. I got out of my bed and followed the sound through the city, out to the perimeter of our peak. I looked out and saw a brilliant light across the valley. The mist parted, and I saw the light came from a third mountain. Violet found me there and woke me. I would like to ask her to play the melody that I heard coming from the light on the mountain. Violet?
Violet gets up and begins to play. After she plays through once, Picasso continues speaking over the music.
I have brought you this painting to show you exactly what I saw that night. I call it The Man on the Mountain.
When I saw this painting, it immediately struck me as a symbol for the idea we've been discussing. The man stands solidly planted on a rock, unswayed by the winds of opinion. For this, he is beautiful and full of light. To me, the third mountain symbolizes the objective truth we seek.
Did you actually see a man, Picasso?
How could he see a man? There's nothing below the peak!
If he heard a song, maybe there's something out there. He already said he was dreaming. It's just a metaphor. Nothing can survive in the mist.
Were you dreaming, or did you actually see something?
It's art. For crying out loud, it didn't actually happen. That's impossible.
Everything that I experienced, I have shared with you honestly. I don't pretend to know what it means. All I know is something out there spoke to me, and I felt that I should share it.
Thank you, Picasso. I hope that we are all able to become like the man on the mountain, and that doing so will bring about the social justice that we all desire. Now, everyone, you may split into your assigned groups for further discussion.
Group chatter.
What do you think, Stylus?
It's a lot to take in. I see why this meeting has to be so secretive. If the MEDs found out you were trying to overthrow the voting system, they would detain all of you and put your execution up to a vote.
Well, we're not quite at that point of overthrowing anything. They're just discussing ideas. They're not assembling an army.
Well, it sounds pretty serious. How about you, Violet? Do you agree with all this stuff?
Well, I've never been as extreme as other members of the group, but a lot of it seems to make sense. Part of me likes the idea of not having any laws, so I'm free to do whatever I want. But the outcome isn't always good. So maybe there's a better way.
Well, I'm interested. Thanks for inviting me, Violet. I should probably get back before I'm missed. Can you show me out?
Sure.
Is there a back entrance?
Yeah, there's a hidden entrance that goes directly outside from the basement. Why?
Oh, secret meeting, basement, tracking devices. It just feels like the kind of night you should use a back entrance.
Right. Yeah, I can show it to you. Oh, wait, you didn't bring a fog mask, did you? Fog day starts tonight. The whole city will be covered pretty soon if it's not already.
Oh, well...
You can borrow mine.
Oh, no. You don't have to do that.
It's no problem. You can't really leave without one, can you?
That's true.
I won't be going out until the mist recedes back into the valley tomorrow night, so you can just get it back to me the next time you're in the shop.
All right, well...
I'll just run upstairs and grab it. Hang on.
Violet runs upstairs. We hear her footsteps. She faintly hears footsteps and a voice outside the building talking through radio.
What is that?
She walks to the window.
What's with the flashing lights?
Have number 2 tighten up the perimeter at the rear entrance. Report when ready. All units stand by for the order.
The MEDs? How did they find us? I have to tell Picasso!
An MED siren sounds, followed by shouting and breaking wood downstairs.
Get on the ground. This building is now being detained by the Majority Enforcement Department. Hands behind your head.
Picasso!
Violet, run! Climb out the window and cut to the alley. Go now!
I can't leave you!
Run!
Get on the ground!
Picasso is hit on the head. Violet opens a window and jumps out, then makes a run for it. The sound of the siren and radios grows dim. Suddenly, a loud foghorn sounds, followed by an announcement over citywide loudspeakers.
The monthly day of fog has begun. Please stay indoors. If you must venture outside in the next 24 hours, please wear your scholar-approved fog mask. Current toxin level, 98%.
Violet running and breathing heavily.
Hi! Excuse me, sir? Sir, do you have an extra mask on you?
No, I don't.
Oh, it's fine. I'll find one somewhere else.
Electronic beeping.
I'm sorry, sir. Is there a vote happening right now?
Where's your voter interface?
I left it at home. Would you mind?
The vote is about some group of lunatics they caught in a basement.
What group? What about them?
Some group plotting to overthrow the majority ruling system. The vote is on whether they should be executed.
Executed?
I'll be surprised if they survive the night.
You're not going to vote for their execution, are you?
Of course I am.
What? Why? You don't even know them.
It's my vote. I can do what I want. Why do you care?
I just...
You know them, don't you? Are you one of them? I'm calling the MEDs.
No, please.
Violet running away.
Get back here.
Footsteps, heavy breathing.
Violet!
Stylus!
Oh, I'm so glad you're okay. I thought maybe you got detained.
I thought the same thing happened to you.
No, I got away. A couple of others did too, but I'm not sure where they went. We should find them.
Oh, Stylus, I'm so glad you're here. I was so scared.
It's okay. I'm here. We're in this together. Here, breathe through my mask for a few minutes. We'll share it.
Violet breathing through the mask.
They got Picasso.
I know. Don't worry. We'll figure it out. We should look for members of the group. Maybe they can give us a safe place to stay.
We don't even know which ones got away.
If I named them, would you know where to find them?
I don't even know everyone who's in the group. A lot of them are anonymous. How about you? Where did you live? Could we go there to get out of the mist?
I don't think so. I think it's a better plan to look for people from the group. I thought I saw Gradient get away. Do you know where to find him?
Your guess is as good as mine. The fog is so thick. How did you even find me? And where did you get a mask?
I don't know. I ran and ended up here, and there you were. I grabbed a mask off the floor on my way out.
I took a bunch of crazy turns down different alleys. That's so weird that you took the exact same path.
Yeah, that is weird.
You just happened to ask about the back entrance right before the MEDs showed up too.
Good thing that's how I got away.
The MEDs came in through the back entrance. The only way you could have gotten past them was by jumping out of the window like me.
I guess I got lucky.
You're not my friend, are you, Stylus?
If you tell me where the rest of the group is, I'll be your friend. I'll keep you out of detainment. I'll convince the Majority Enforcement Department to leave you off of the execution vote that the rest of your group is on. That Picasso is on. Just tell me where they are, Violet.
Violet punches Stylus in the face.
There's some new face art for you, Stylus. Hope you like black and purple. Thanks for the mask.
Violet runs off. Radio static and Stylus' earpiece.
Stylus, do you copy? Over.
Yes, sir.
What's the status on the target?
My vision is a little blurry, sir. She attacked me and took my mask. It looks like she's running into the perimeter.
The perimeter?
Sir, she's disappeared into the mist. It looked like she was heading down the mountain, into the valley below the mist line, sir.
Below the mist line?
Affirmative.
Copy that. Do not follow. Return to headquarters. Be prepared to give a full report. Over.